Good morning. It is 7:18 and we are heading out of camp. I took some ZQL last night and slept like a baby. We have a rain fly on. It's supposed to be a pretty good storm today. So we're gonna go to the 501 shelter or right around that area and make a decision on what happens next. But right now we've got to finish this climb ahead of us. And then some ridge walking. And then after the 501 shelter is when a lot of the rocks start coming. More so than what we've already seen. Made it up to the ridge line. And there's some sprinkling out. But very faint right now, so hopefully we can get to a decent destination before it starts raining. It's supposed to go 1 to 2 inches tonight, which to me means a lot of rain. So after experiencing what we did getting out of the woods to get to John and Natalie the other day, I really don't want to be in the middle of the forest during a storm with lots of wind. It was a little spooky. And perhaps a little careless to be in that kind of weather, unless it catches you by accident. But if you have the ability to see that out ahead of you, I think you need to take cover and ride out the storm before you get back out on the trail. So we are heading north. I don't think we're going to get to 1,200 miles today because I think the weather is going to stop that from happening. But we'll get there soon enough. This is the trail for today. There's been some really beautiful spots. Little up and downs. It's very overcast right now, but it hasn't started raining. So grateful for that. And had to stop for a pee break, so now I'm catching up to my hiking partners. It's amazing how dark it gets when you have good tree coverage. I don't know if you guys could tell the difference on the video of the change in the light, but it's kind of not huge drastic, but there's definitely a difference. So we are getting a pretty good breeze. I just got a message from Natalie and haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I think our goal is going to be the 501 shelter. The only thing I'm thinking about is I wonder how many people are just hunkering down there that stayed there last night. But it's a completely closed-in shelter, and there's a picnic table in the middle of it. And I think there's bunks for 12. But I think there's also room on the floor if it gets full. Because I can't imagine anybody minding it being a little bit overcrowded if a storm is coming. All right, gotta start using 2 trekking poles, pick up my speed a little bit. We've just climbed through that, and now we are headed where you see these guys maneuvering themselves around the rocks and staying safe. We right now are planning on hunkering down at the shelter, and that's in 6.9 miles. Another blowdown. Look at this. I just got off the phone with my brother, and we have trail magic. What a nice treat. Look at this setup. Oh my goodness. Check out this table. Oh baby.
Same here.
Here, we've been hanging out here for a while. We just left the Trail Magic at the road, and it was so cool. These guys, a lot of them have already done the trail. A couple of them were Triple Crowners, and they just come back, and they're Tramley and some new additions to their group, and they cooked for us, and we had zucchini and mushrooms and beef tips, and then they had bananas and muffins and cookies and all sorts of drinks, and a lot of chairs for us to all sit down and socialize with a bunch of them and talk and share stories. So that was a lot of fun. And we sat there probably close to an hour, and now we have 2 miles to get to the Shelter 501. So that's where we're headed right now. And it was awesome. We had a great time. We've just made it to the 501 shelter. So I'm sure there's a lot of people in here, so I'm not gonna video while we get in there, but we made it to the 501 shelter. That's that behind us. There are a bunch of bunks and a table in the middle. Right now I'm on the top bunk, but if Cornelius decides to move on, I'm going to take his bottom bunk. So, but if not, I'll just climb up to the top and sleep on the top bunk. So I'm waiting to set up all my stuff. I have my tie back on the top bunk just in case. And we ate at the Trail Magic, so I can wait a little bit longer. We can also order pizza tonight, so I think I'll do that for dinner. And now I'm just waiting my turn to get to the privy. They do have a solar powered shower here, but somebody said the water was turned off, so I'm not sure if it's working or not. But I don't know how much longer the rain's gonna hold off, but I am glad that we're gonna be indoors for today in a safe shelter. So I think our mileage today was like 10 miles, somewhere around there. I'll post it, but there are 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 8 of us in the shelter right now, but I'm sure there's more coming. So I think there's room for 12 bunks, and people have to, they can set up on the floor. This was the longest trek out to this privy, and look at this tiny little thing. I'm going to try to go a different way on the way back. I think there's a shortcut. I'm taking a different route back to the shelter, hoping that I don't get myself lost, but that was a long trip. The longest route to a privy I've ever taken since I started this trek. So there are some porta potties up here. Don't know why they're not in use, but they're a lot closer than the privy is. But I'm taking a trail right past them, and then that'll take me back to the shelter. So I was really hoping we were gonna get to 1200 today, but with the storm coming in, we aren't gonna be able to do that. So we will hit that tomorrow. So, but tonight we get pizza. There's always something to look forward to. All right, I think I can go through this way because there are the privies. I mean the outhouses. So, don't know if they're not in use or what, but it'd be nice to know. I'm gonna check them out for a second. They definitely can be used. They were just checked on June 11th. So maybe cleaned out in June 11th. But this is a much easier trek than the one that I just took. So don't have much to do. There's no outlets in the shelter, and I was kind of hoping there was because there is electricity. They've got lights for the inside of it, so I was really hoping there would be some outlets there. But we have, I think, 56 miles to get to our 0. I'm really glad we decided to stay at the shelter instead of going into town we were contemplating going into town and getting a hotel for tonight, but that would just make it more of a chore to get back in. And I got bugs flying in my eyes and wouldn't be able to get on the trail quite as early. And I don't know if we'll be able to anyways. Really depends on the storm and how long it's gonna last. Somebody said it was gonna run into the morning, but I'm gonna turn this around, give you another look at this shelter. So here is the innkeeper, lives right there, which I think is pretty cool. In this area, they have an innkeeper. There's a shower. That is the solar shower right there. So, and then I've got my socks hanging up right there. I think those are probably season 1, and I don't know. I don't think it's Phoenix because she just wears the toe socks, not the toe liners. And there's a table with 2 tables and fire pit. And then inside, I'm sitting at the innkeeper's front porch charging my phone, and we are at the 501 shelter, and they just issued a tornado watch about 2 hours ago until about 8:30, I think, tonight. And so we made the good call to stay here, and we will decide when we're going to take off tomorrow. So we're hoping that the storm passes tonight and that we are able to get out first thing in the morning so we can get to our 1200 mark and get past the rocks and closer to our 0-day destination. So we ordered pizza and they delivered it to the parking lot, and a bunch of people are in the shelter, so we all put our orders in, paid for it online or over the phone, and then one of the guys went down and picked up it. So we got pizza and some fried cauliflower and a bottle of Coca-Cola. So we've already eaten. It is like 6 o'clock right now, and not much going on. I hear the thunder. I don't know if you just heard that rumble. I don't know if you heard that or not, but it's on its way. So hopefully we will be able to hunker down in the shelter and stay safe from the storm, and then be able to get out tomorrow and start making up some of the miles, because we only went about 10 miles today. So, all right, so I've got some people coming. They're going to charge up, I think. The storm has started. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but we're all in here, hunkered down. We have a tornado watch, so the fingers crossed. Well, the storm has taken a little bit of a break, and I'm getting ready to climb into bed and see if I can get some sleep. I took another ZQL, so hopefully I'll sleep through the night. The shelter is full. We've got people sleeping on the floor. It's crowded, but everybody's in and safe. And we had a tornado watch tonight, so I think we're in the right spot. But I will see you tomorrow on the trail because we're heading towards mile 1200. So see you later. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out. Bye.